On October 1st, 1910, at 1:07 a.m., a massive explosion ripped through the Los Angeles Times building, triggering a fire that killed 21 people and injured over 100 more. It wasn't an accident, though. It was a calculated act of violence. This event became known as one of America's deadliest domestic bombings. Here's where the story starts. Late on September 30th, James B. McNamara placed a suitcase with 16 sticks of dynamite in Ink Alley between the Times building and its annex, next to barrels of flammable ink. The bomb was operated by a clock mechanism that was set to detonate at 1:07 a.m. At the time, many employees were working late to publish an extra edition for the Vanderbilt Cup auto race. The Angeles Times newspaper was run by a man named Harrison Gray Otis, who was fiercely anti-union. This angered James greatly, and he felt that any non-union run business should reap the consequences of its decisions. However, James did not know that there were employees working in the building late. His ultimate goal was to damage the building to send a message to Harrison. Yet at 1:07 a.m., fireballs shot through the corridors, feeding on paper, wood desks, and ink. People felt multiple explosions as the gas mains ruptured. Inside, workers waded through smoke and darkness. Some stumbled into an open elevator shaft and fell. Others smashed windows and leapt, clothes on fire, while horse-drawn fire wagons and crowds filled the street below. On the Broadway side, a huge section of wall was blown out. Survivors crawled to the adjacent rooftops to escape the heat. One could describe the scene as apocalyptic. It wasn't until 6 months later when James was caught. Early on, cops chased a gas explosion theory, which allowed the bomber time to cross state lines and use an alias. Then, dynamite attacks started happening all over the country at non-union run businesses. The police were able to put the puzzle pieces together, which ultimately led to them arresting James in Detroit. He was found to have dynamite on him and was possibly planning another attack. James was sentenced to life imprisonment in San Quentin prison and died years later from cancer in March of 1941. Crazily enough, the surviving Times staff, while singed and bandaged, rushed to a nearby auxiliary plant and got a paper out within hours, with the front page saying, "Unionist bombs wrecks the Times, many seriously injured." Today, we remember those who did not make it out of the fire and who sacrificed their lives in the name of journalism. May they all rest in peace.